All right, I've called meeting to order at 6:03. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Have you reviewed the draft minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, because this was the one that was submitted.
It's pretty much the same. It's got the same information.
Okay. We can just use the one that was actually submitted to the state then, which is this one.
Yep. So we'll make a motion to.
Yeah. Were you able to read over it?
Yep.
No
I did.
adjustment. I'll make a
So it's
motion
pretty-
to pass the October 22nd, 2020 meeting minutes.
I'll make a second. I think we'll probably ought to read them maybe out loud for the benefit of the residents. This was a draft that was submitted prior to the meeting, or after the meeting, due to the fact that it needed to go to the state to be reviewed. Members present, Amy Russell and Larry Ellis. Members not present, Angela Turley was resignation that's submitted October 21st, 2020. Trustee Scott McDonald was present. Meeting called to order by Amy Russell. Russell led pledge of allegiance. Review of meeting minutes from February 18th, 2020. Russell made motion to approve with revisions. Ellis seconded. Minutes passed 2-0. Review of minutes from October 8th, 2020. Russell made motion to approve with revisions. Ellis second. Minutes passed 2-0. Chief Lang discussed additional appropriation for fire equipment debt in the amount of $14,176. and fire in the amount of $3,670. Chief Lang also explained this total amount was given through grants. Russell made motion to approve additional appropriation. Ellis second. Additional appropriations passed 2. Let me just say that the fire equipment debt is not part of the grant process. Okay. Russell made motion to approve 2021 advertised budget. Ellis second. After discussion, the 2021 budget passed 2-1 with Russell approving, Ellis denying. Trustee McDonough made the tie-breaking vote to pass the budget. Russell made motion to approve the 2021 salary resolution, keeping salary clerk and board members at the same salary as 2020. Ellis second. Salary resolution passed 2-0. I don't, is the salaries for, are those folks the same? Mm-hmm. Okay.
They didn't change from
Okay,
last
all right,
year.
very good. Russell made motion to adjourn at 6:16 PM. Ellis second. Meeting adjourned 2-0. Just want to make sure.
Yeah,
Can I, the salaries for the firefighters went up 25 cents
correct.
across the
But
board.
for the trustee, the clerk, and
Oh,
us
okay.
board members,
It
it did not.
I thought you,
change.
okay, I thought you were just saying a generic.
Nope, ours didn't change. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign.
I'm gonna decline a vote on that, so I wouldn't think. I guess I abstain. I don't know.
Yeah. Did you have a copy, Larry, so we have two signed?
Yep. No, that's a resolution, I don't think. You got a draft there?
I gave you mine.
Okay.
Yeah, this one here.
That's you. Yeah.
Nope, that's
No,
him.
that's me.
No, it's terrible.
Nope, I gotta sign that one.
I think I need to sign
Which one?
that. Either one.
He's just joking.
As long as we have signatures on two of them.
Thank you.
All right, so the first thing up is the EMS contract. So,
Can you move to the trustees' internal controls real quick? Tom went in to print off the one with our signature lines on it.
Okay.
Maybe that back out. I forget to bring those out.
That's a review of something we passed not too long ago, but with the new board members, kind of just a review for you guys. Did we have a form that we have to fill out for that one again, or is it just a review and put on the minutes?
As long as it's reviewed and in the minutes,
That's what I thought.
documented that everyone has a copy.
That's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure we didn't go through the whole process again, but it's basically just a review of what was adopted some time back. Kenny Johnson. Yeah. So it's kind of just a review for some of you guys.
so we didn't need to sign this one, right?
No.
It just needs to be a copy for you guys.
Okay.
Amy, basically the internal controls was adopted, 2015, 2016.
Yeah, I think it was 2016.
A lot of the audits that are coming back are coming back to townships and other units of government are not doing the training and documenting that the new boards are aware of those internal controls. So really you want to make sure that it's in the minutes that all of the board has a copy and has reviewed them and had the opportunity to review them and ask questions.
Is that the same? No.
Sign it on the back.
The only changes is the signature page.
For us.
Madison Township, signatures instead of the county signature. On the back page, if you move it. Rob, up there.
Do you wanna go over this then?
Oh, yeah, well, you're up here. Well, you're part of it, right?
So, we were approached over the summer by Commissioner Goodwin and the county executive, Josh Mesmer, about assisting them in the construction phase of I-69 with EMS in the northern part of the county, specifically Harrison Township. They drew up an interlocal agreement, and we went back and forth discussing it with them. And essentially, what this is almost identical to the countywide mutual aid agreement that we already have in place with every fire department and EMS agency in the county. What they're asking us to do is relocate our medic truck, which is right now stationed here at Station 32. They're asking us to put it at Station 31 for a period of 12 to 18 months during the construction process when 37 will be shut down. And in return for that, they're willing to give us $48,000 a year, so that we can assist them get into areas that they can't get into.
So essentially, we already have a mutual aid that says we're supposed to go over there if we're called. So now this is an opportunity for us to get paid additional funds to help offset our costs on that.
And moving our medic down there, puts it in the middle of all of Madison, but also gets it, more accessible timely to the northern area of the county that kind of can get any of that medic.
So we would move the new unit to the 31.
Yeah, the unit will go to 31 with the paramedic. The paramedic is obviously the most important.
We'd still have a backup here.
Well, if we can ever get it back from Ford.
Damage back.
The backup ambulance has been at Ford for about 5 months now, waiting on parts that Ford can't get. So when it gets repaired, it'll be back here.
Okay, in the agreement, it says that we pay, was it $5.48 per hour?
Yeah.
If it's not, what happens, we're in a situation now where we've got a truck that's down for 5 months. What if something happens to the new truck, then where are we at?
We borrow.
Yeah. We've got arrangements with Brown Township, and we use White River as well. The original, you remember the number?
100 and something an hour.
The original proposal that they sent us was $150 an hour.
Yes.
We immediately shot that down and told them that wasn't acceptable. The $5.48 or 49 cents an hour ultimately calculates out to what they would pay us. So essentially, if any time that we are not able to provide that service, they just don't pay for that period of time which we're not providing the service. We're not penalized above and beyond, we're just not getting paid for the time we provide the services.
Our ambulance is on the road to Mooresville. Does that count against us then?
No,
No.
as long as we are in
Oh,
service, the only way it would count against us is if we are totally, our ambulance, or our medic. If we have a medic call off, or we get sick in the middle of shift, and we're down for a couple hours until we get another medic in here, that would be the most likely. We have not had that issue, in a couple of years. 2 or 3 years ago, we had to get a waiver from the state. We have not had to do that since, and we provided, paramedic service 24 hours a day, for the last couple of years, so
And we would send another apparatus with it, is that correct?
not if it's in Harrison, only if it's in Madison. If it's in Madison, we automatically send the closest engine, whether it be 32s up here, or 31s down south, and then the medic goes. If it's going into Harrison, it would go with Bargersville. Bargersville Fire has the fire contract over there, and they will continue to provide that first response EMS. They just don't have a transporting unit at Station 202.
And we wouldn't have any additional liabilities as far as transporting their.
No.
Same thing we already do.
We do it already under the countywide mutual aid agreement, no different than if we get called into, into Mooresville or anywhere else in Decatur Township. All the dispatching will still go through the county dispatch center. They'll dispatch us, which, our liability is the same no matter where we go. So we'll go over there, just the same. They have approximately 120 runs a year. So we would have the ability to bill for any of those runs that are billable to, the patients that are transported. So we have the opportunity for increased revenue that way. With 120 runs, it's about 1 every 3 days. So the impact on our service is going to be very minimal.
Okay, the paramedic will be down there,
Yes.
no lunch runs, be there or on a run, right?
Well,
Because this is 15-minute increments, they start talking, if he goes to lunch, it takes more than 15 minutes to get to Mooresville.
the 15 minutes, I have to reread it, but we have to maintain an average of 15-minute response time. So we can get from that station to anywhere in Harrison Township within 15 minutes.
So if they don't staff it for 15-minute period. that's-
Oh, we don't staff it, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah, as long as it's in service, as long as we have a paramedic on duty that's assigned to Station 31, that's what they want. They don't want the station, the medic up here. They want the medic, a station down there. So our primary medic fills out at Station 32, we're moving it to Station 31. So if they're, in Mooresville at the hospital, and they take a run from there, the 15 minutes, they're in service. The 15-minute increments is that we just do not have a paramedic on staff across the department. But We typically only have one a day, and that paramedic would be stationed in with the ambulance down at Station 31.
And what's our procedure to prove that we actually have somebody on staff at 31? Is there anything that they're requiring?
They have not required anything, they haven't asked anything. If they did, we have our payroll and staffing, our scheduling software that we would be able to run a report to show them who was working on what day.
Basically, report. I just want to make sure we're covered.
Yeah, no, we spent a lot of time going back and forth on that.
The other issue that's in here that we didn't understand and really
That's what
didn't get
you're looking for.
much clarification is the new county attorney created this administration board.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
So that.
On page 2, number 4.
Yeah, in looking through that, we can't understand what that board is for, but the county attorney, his interpretation was to have an agreement like this, we need to have a county board. So we'll meet twice a year to we'll provide the service and show any documentation of runs we've taken into Harrison Township, and that's really about it. There's a 30-day out on either side, so if it's not working for us or it's not working for them, with a 30-day notice, we can get out of it.
This December 31st, 2029, is that when they're estimating this thing will be done out here?
No, that's the windfall on the countywide mutual aid agreements and memorandums of understanding that we're all gonna work together. They took that out 10 years when we all signed it last year.
So they'll have to be renegotiated or something?
It's,
Extended or something?
it could. We usually do them every couple of years with all the fire departments, through the county fire chiefs. And county EMS brought one around. They kind of felt excluded with the county fire chiefs. And so it basically says that if we're called, we're going to go, and we're going to bill the patient enough to the county.
Is the paramedic being stationed at 31s, is that going to be enforced?
Absolutely.
To where they're not like sleeping down there, but like coming up to
Absolutely.
31s
Yeah.
and for 32s and like.
We're in the process now of creating some space down there for supplies and things of that nature, so the need will be very limited for them to come up here. The only reason would be training issues, something like that. But our goal is to keep that medic there. It's not going to be a pick up a truck and come up here for the day. It's not.
Okay. All right. Well, you guys ready to vote on it? Huh?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it.
Oh,
Let's talk about that one.
do I?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll open it up for discussion. Does anybody have questions, concerns?
When is this going to take effect?
January 1st. The I-69/37 is scheduled to shut down from Martinsville to 144 on January 2nd.
Second, yeah.
So,
I just want to say that it sounds a little bit that since most of our EMS runs are from the north end up here, they'll obviously be a little bit further away, sounds like. And then, I think you might have already answered this, I'm not sure, but if there's a EMS run here in Madison Township, somebody else would handle the one in Harrison, correct?
if they came in at the same time.
Right. No, that's
We
what I
obviously
meant.
take our runs in the order they come. Once our ambulance is assigned to the run, whether it be in Harrison or Madison, or, Mooresville or Decatur, once they're on a run, they're dedicated to that call. And if 30 seconds later another run would come in, then the next closest would be dispatched there. It could be White River, it could be Bargersville, it could be, Brown, could be Decatur coming to help us, so.
Okay, so that.
Regardless, once our unit's on an assigned run, then the next up in the the mutual aid would step up to go wherever's needed.
Everybody good?
And with that, once we get our second ambulance back from Ford, our first ambulance out is ALS, so it's got a paramedic on it. Our second ambulance typically is got 2 EMTs, so it's BLS, so it's basic. But we typically do have the ability to respond both ambulances. Just here lately, it's kind of been the oddball that it's been sitting at Ford waiting on parts for as long as it has. So.
I'll make a motion to do the outfit.
Okay.
I'll say that.
Alfred. You want to say all in favor? Sure, why not?
Put it in there.
We just need our A's and nays.
So that we all in favor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Aye.
Aye.
I'm going to do these as well.
The next three things kind of basically all tie together, so when we're ready, I'll run through those.
Good to go.
Just to give you a quick update on our statistics, 2019, the department did 822 calls for service. As of today, we're at 1,057. Our fire runs are up from 245 last year to 369 so far this year. Our ambulance calls are 577 in 2019, and as of today, there's 688. Again, for a total of 1,057 over 822 last year. From a revenue standpoint, we don't have an exact number because we switched billing companies in the middle of last year, so the reporting's a little off. But at budget time, preparing the 2020 budget, we projected $120,000 of EMS revenue to fund our budget. As of today, we've collected $177,500, so we're $57,500 ahead of what was projected for this year. So that's always good news. Going into we'll start with the resolution for benefits. Last year's resolution had 20 on it for this year, so nothing has changed other than the certified salary. So actually, let's do that one last. I'll backtrack here. Let's do the salary resolution first. That covers all of the rest of it. As you recall, back in October when we had our discussions on the budget and the salary resolution, we only projected and offered a 25-cent raise because of the funding that we expected for next year. With the additional revenue that we have received from EMS and with this new interlocal agreement generating $48,000, what I'm asking for is the board to consider the other 25 cents, so taking next year's raises to 50 cents for the hourly firefighters, which is the same, that we've given over the last several years of 50 cents. We're now comfortable with our revenue numbers on both EMS and our local agreement that would be able to fund that extra quarter amount. the elected officials as well as the salaried chiefs, did not change. They're still at 2020 rates. If that's approved, the next one will be the color copy of the retirement letter. What this is just a funding mechanism to set the pension base. So using the hours, or I'm sorry, the salaries that I'm asking for tonight at the firefighter salary full-time at $15 an hour. And then the longevity, it's already approved at 25 per year. What that does, it creates the formulas on the retirement system of a salary of $43,455 a year for the firefighters, the first class firefighter, and the longevity at $3,637.50 for a grand total of $47,092.50. Is what their salary would be, their salary and pension base would be. And then the third thing is the resolution for benefits for next year. The only change from this year is obviously the updated salary. All the rest of the sick time, vacation time, and the holiday schedule all stays the same as it is this year. With that, I'll take any questions or comments.
Line one on this resolution, it's just the total of what the payment would be.
The resolution,
Number one.
nope, that was
That's
the
what
title.
I thought. Okay, I just wanna make sure. All right.
I thought it
Yeah,
was.
I'm like, yeah, I gotta switch jobs here. So
Yeah,
we
that
can-
should be the 43,455.
Okay, I just wanna make sure.
Sound like this big number right here.
Yeah, we wouldn't be able to pay.
I'm sorry, that should be, what did I do there?
That's the trustee salary.
That should be 47,092.
Hang on a second.
The
You guys wanna write this in?
The 47,092.50.
Yeah, the 47,092, sorry.
Yep.
Somebody's agreeing on
My printer reset in there, it's a different IP address, so I was trying to get it, it wouldn't print, so I had to update the IP address on it so I can turn all this stuff out and not have it.
So we just need one more hand right now.
Do you want to handwrite it in? That way, whenever we sign.
The salary, updated salary
Yeah.
resolution and the benefits resolution will need a vote. The first letter just needs a signed copy from the trustee. Once those are approved.
Got a question, Mike. I'm the investigator, he stays the same. About how many hours a month does he put in?
The investigator on the salary resolution is the township investigator.
Right now, it's, yeah, it's not a fire investigator, but, or which one are you talking about? The one on the bottom?
Bottom line.
Yeah, that's under the township,
Is that
Public
That's the
assessment.
township assistant?
Yeah.
All right.
And right now, a lot of time, because we're getting a lot of inquiries about that right now, with everything that's going on.
Inquiries, people want it.
Yeah, but a lot of them don't follow through, but you still have to do all the paperwork, you have to send them denial letters explaining to why. So the process still stays the same once they turn the paperwork in, but a lot of times they don't even turn in the receipts, they don't spend the time to go through the process.
Who's doing that?
That is,
Denise.
oh, that's right, you can, Miss Denise back there, with her.
She's available during the weekend.
You should let her know what you need, yep, we should take care of it. Come on, we'll hang out a little bit, dude. It's been a while since the,
How's the coffee?
Well, I will make a motion to approve the updated resolution.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is this gonna take an additional appropriation to pay this out for next year? Because I thought you said in the budget that
Right now,
we were going right down to the,
based on the information that we have today, even with all of the overtime that we've had this year because of COVID, we've had more overtime generated than what this would cost. If we can get back to a regular,
what you probably can.
salaries and working arrangements, then yes, our budget will cover it. If we continue to have COVID-related expenses and overtime, then we would probably have to come back to the board to get additional appropriation of the county's $48,000. That would go towards the salary.
And a side note on that, we're working with the county as well on the CARES Act to try to get reimbursed from the COVID, so that's still in the process too. So once I get a determination on what they're gonna do with that, I'll let you guys know as well, because there'll be a financial piece on that part as well.
You're tight with Trump.
What's that?
That's tight with Trump.
Yeah, I'll give him a call in a little bit. So anyway, so that, the CARES Act is gonna try to help us out a little bit on that. Once we get, final word from the county, I'll definitely let you guys know where we're at.
Any questions? Yes, sir.
If they can't handle EMS through Bargersville, how can they handle the fire? I'm not following that.
Bargersville is not under contract to provide EMS because they're under contract with the fire district, with the Harrison Township Fire District. The fire district itself does not provide EMS. Morgan County EMS collects an EMS tax out of Harrison Township, so Morgan County is.
So it's been coming from Martinsville?
Yes.
Okay, that's
Yep.
what I'm not understanding, all right.
Yeah, that's exactly right, it's coming from that station down there.
And not really timely either.
No,
No, that was the issue, was
that
they
started this up last time.
couldn't get here fast enough.
Yeah, we can get to Harrison Township from this station faster than they can from Martinsville on a good day now. But once the interstate and 37 gets closed down, it totally cuts them off coming north. With any type of reasonable response time.
I'll make a motion to accept the salary resolution.
One second.
Can I say something about the salary resolution? Yeah, I got a question. Okay, on the salary resolution, I believe that the state requires that the trustee gets paid what the budget was passed in. And that is not what's reflected on this, because remember what she said? She said there wasn't going to be a raise,
Yeah, there's not supposed to be.
but in the budget, there was a raise.
Oh, yeah, you go by this. That's what you go by. This is what
But
we
for
get
the
paid by.
township trustee, I thought the trustee always had, that, those two had to match for the trustee. I realize for the clerk and other positions, it doesn't have to match, but I thought for the
I can
trustee.
double check that, but this is what we've always paid off of, is the resolution that's adopted by
I
the
know,
board.
but we've always
We've always went off of this.
had a match too.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're supposed to match for the trustee.
Well, it doesn't matter anyway because you're resorting to the 2020
Yeah, go back to the 2020 budget anyway.
anyway, so it stays the same as what it is currently.
You guys hear that?
Vote.
Good question, go ahead.
All approved?
Aye.
Say aye. All opposed?
No. Yes,
Yes.
I'm approved.
I think just you have to sign
Yeah, I
this
just
one,
need,
right?
this is,
Yeah,
this
we're
is
still-
what he just went over. The only thing- With the corrections made in it,
Yes.
okay, right now, we've been before that.
A quick question for you, Mike. How do you determine who's working the holidays? Put their names in a hat?
Your shift.
It's your
If
shift.
your shift,
Here, that's just, sorry.
yeah, most of our shifts are dedicated, so the same person works every third day. If it's your shift, it's your shift. We allow one person per day off on vacation, so the senior person typically gets the holiday off if they want it. And then if anybody else wants it, then they I'm responsible for finding my own coverage.
I'm just curious.
Holidays are always tough.
Yeah.
The benefits resolution, did I miss that?
No, that's it, still would be, for some reason somebody's signing it, but it's not there.
Just Jim, the benefits that's on the benefits resolution they have not changed since you and I sat down with the union several years ago and negotiated. The amount of sick time and the accrual rate for
What was
vacation.
about that?
Those are still the same and not been adjusted at all over the years.
Okay.
We gotta go to the
There's another error on the date on this page, so we're having to fix that now.
Which one?
The sign page for the environment.
For the, agreement with Morgan
Oh.
County, the date was wrong.
Yeah, just the date on
Larry, your
it.
copy,
Is that 14 April?
do you want me to
Okay.
fix it?
I
No,
just wanna make sure
the agreement
Yeah.
with Morgan County,
Oh,
the date
It
is
should be
wrong.
dated today.
So I'll date it and sign it,
Okay, that's fine, that was very
this one here.
good.
No, I just saw it. Okay, that's not right.
There it is.
Yep, that one.
That one's the one that's got the wrong date on it.
I'll fix it for you guys. That way your copy's correct as well.
Do we all have a copy signed?
I got what I need.
We still need to,
And then-
Resolution for benefits.
Oh, that one, yeah, I don't have that one yet. Sorry.
do we need to vote on that one? Yeah. Okay, we will vote on this one. And then we got a motion and a second.
Oh, they give you the final vote.
Yeah, that's the resolution. So I'll make a motion to approve the resolution with the edit on line one.
Okay.
Yes.
So,
All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign.
Thank you.
Do you have all of your, you need that one?
One copy,
Yep.
the one you get right there.
So we all need to sign one of those for you, Larry. This one that Jim has. So that one will come over here to Scott. You should have
Thank you
everything,
so much.
right?
Yep.
you got it.
Well, we need to sign one for you to have a copy as
Yeah,
well.
for your record.
Where is it? Where's the copy?
The one that has the number fixed on it. Yeah, go ahead, we can sign that one.
What's that here? Oh, it is.
I'll date it. That's very, can't prove it was me signing. So there's a copy for you, Larry.
Yeah. That's silly. We just did two resolutions. Did we vote on both resolutions at the same time? Is that what we did?
That was not me. No, you did too.
There should be two resolutions, salary resolution, which Larry, you made the motion, and then on the benefits resolution, Amy made the motion. Jim seconded that.
Nancy.
You good? All right, what time is it? I will make a motion to adjourn at 6:43.
Did we have anything else to discuss?
Is there any other business that?
I don't think so.
I like to bring it up on the time of these meetings. I'd rather see them at 7 o'clock in the evening. Public would have better chance to
You
get
guys
there.
meetings, whatever y'all wanna do.
7 works for me, because I'm gonna eat dinner before I come in.
Unfortunately, I never know if I would stay on the meeting.
Doesn't matter to me. I'm good with whatever.
Whenever we have the next meeting, which would be the first Tuesday after the first Monday, right? Yeah. Then we'll do it at 7 o'clock.
Okay.
We will have to have a meeting again.
Yes,
Mhm.
first Tuesday.
It's first Tuesday after the first Monday.
We have to put that in paper now, so we're changing.
Which really is the first Tuesday.
The previous law that said all meetings will hold a certain time now.
I don't think so.
Okay.
So I think we've even kind of changed times even,
Yeah, we changed a couple of
To work.
times.
whatever works best for everyone.
Everything else on the-
No, I had some notes and I think
Scott, can you tell us what, are the hours for the office gonna be,
Oh,
to be open?
yeah, Denise, what did you, have you have a schedule set yet? I actually kind of forgot about it. If not, we can work on it here a little bit.
Yeah, we can work on it.
Yeah, I honestly forgot about it.
When you get that, can you send me a copy?
Yeah, that's no problem. Yeah, I mean, from 9 to midnight.
I don't stay for it. Okay, you done with questions then? Anyone else want to bring it up? Okay.
Okay. Well, we'll change the time then. We'll make a motion to adjourn at 6:45.
Good. Keep pushing down that hill.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. I guess the next one is 7.
Will you come to the Libertarian for me?